Dun 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 dun. I don't even know what song that's from. 12 seconds in already. Okay, cool. Waiting for the live audience to join me with the 420 report here on Wednesday, July 19th, 2017. Tamsin, what's up? You're here every day. Good to see you. 420 regular. The audience just grows day after day, week after week. Kyle B. Paris is on now. He's a fucking great comedian from Chicago. Good to see you, buddy. What's up? Happy hump day to you too, Tamsin. So just let the crowd sort of gather here live while I yak it up. I've got some show dates this weekend that I want to promote and plug and spread the word on. This Friday, Quincy, Illinois, I will be at Martini's. It's in the Olive Room located inside Martini's, Quincy, Illinois, this Friday, July 21st. There are two shows, 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I will post all the rest of the pertinent details, address, phone number, ticket information, et cetera, in the comments below. Speaking of comments, leave me a comment, leave me a question. It's hump day, happy hour, drinking Blue Moons, wild card Wednesday. I got a few things on my mind, but bring up some shit. We'll go over it, whatever's on your mind out there, Facebook crowd. Lindsay, Will, Trisha, what's up, everybody? Jeff Danley, what's up, cousin? We've also got the Lou Deck Challenge coming up. Not every report, but a lot of these reports, I love that veteran comedian Lou Deck chimes in with a comedy question just to keep me on my toes. And it gives me a chance to express what my philosophies are on how to bring comedy to the masses. A lot of them are a little bit different than what you might hear other comedians say, and some of it is probably right along the lines of what some comedians actually fucking need to hear. Some of it probably is complete, utter nonsense and bullshit. In any case, it's always a good time to sit back and fucking have drinks and talk about bar comedy with all my friends, fans, and followers on Facebook Live. So thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm going to do this every day that I can during the week, 4:20 p.m. Just keep doing it. It's one of my favorite parts of the day, just being able to talk to you guys and riff off the top of my head and tell you what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. So hit the share button, hit the like button, hit the laugh button. Let people know what's up because the audience just keeps growing and getting bigger every time. So I really appreciate that. So thank you very much for tuning in and joining me. If you are in the central Iowa area this weekend, I will be in Barnum. It's right outside of Fort Dodge, not too far away from my stomping grounds. I'll be performing at the Junkyard Bar and Grill. It's 9 o'clock show. I think tickets are 7 in advance, 10 at the door, something like that. But I will I will link all the pertinent information in the comments below. Just like I said before, what's up, Uncle Russ? Another 420 regular joining me again today. He's always got some good comments, too. It's usually some bullshit like, my dick is mad at me, or I just farted a Taco Bell chicken sandwich, or something random like that. But that's what today's for. It's Wild Card Wednesday. Just throw some crazy shit at me. I'm here, dog, almost spaced off. Hey, it happens to the best of us. Hope you guys are having a good hump day. Hope you guys have a cold one in front of you, whatever that might mean. Hopefully not soda pop. I went off on the rails on that yesterday. Fuck soda, drink beer. It's the new hashtag. It's going to be the new jer-dog t-shirt, I'm thinking. Somebody else suggested to me another jer-dog t-shirt. Jer-dog care. It's got to be better than the fucking shit we have now. Probably not going to say the F word. But you get the idea. 2 new t-shirt ideas in the works right now. I'm just sporting the old Walmart sucks always. It's always a popular one. I haven't been selling it for a while at shows, but I should bring it back. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear this shirt out and about in public. I'm a big supporter of local business. I say it all my shows. 3 things that everybody can do to make the world a better place. Number 1, always have a sense of humor. Number 2, support your local businesses. Number 3, get shit-faced as much as you possibly can. Oh, so hump day, happy hump day, everybody. Here's one. Here's a cold one. Cheers. I was out and about with my wife today. We have a date night tonight. We were going to do it last night, but we had a some plans for tonight. They've kind of got last minute canceled on us. Some people we were going to go out with said it's too hot. It's too hot. It is butt fucking hot. It is hot as hell. Sweltering. I'm out here on my porch drinking beer, my office porch, my porch office. Do a lot of work out here with the laptop, making phone calls and doing Facebook shit and drinking at the same time. It's a fucking great country, isn't it? But our plans canceled on us for date night tonight. So if you guys got any date night suggestions, type them in there. I'll go over that. I always like to take Karen out for a date night at least once a week. But quite frankly, as much as fucking possible. It's just a really good time. You know, I think that's an important thing to do for married couples. You just got to keep the dating energy going. You know, you always got to be trying to impress each other. I think too many couples get lackadaisical in that shit. Like, oh, she said I do. Now she has to fuck me. She's my legal property. I'll just sit around eating Doritos and fucking eating pizza and watching TV, letting my gut grow huge, getting man titties, and then wonder why she won't give me a blowjob. Or maybe it's because she needs a fucking car jack to lift up your belly to find your dick. Too many guys, we get too fucking lazy in our relationships. My wife and I have been getting together married 17 years. We've been together for over 20 years. I try to keep it just as fucking fresh as it was in 1997. You always got to have some new original idea, something to spice it up. You know, if your sex life is getting boring, if she's saying no to you night after night after night, not, you know, just turning around, sticking her cold ass up against you and scrolling on Facebook while she ignores your ass, maybe try mounting some handlebars to the fucking headboard or something. Do something to get her attention. Always be thinking new and original. Different ideas. So what do you guys get? Wild humping on hump day. Fuck yeah. Goodwill date night. I heard about that one, Lindsay told me. Is that where you go to the Goodwill and shop for each other? And then they're supposed to wear out the outfit that you pick and then maybe take on that character? That's a good idea. I like the idea of going to the Goodwill, doing some shopping for each other. But I don't like the idea of my wife possibly dressing me up to look like an asshole and then I have to play that fucking character all night long. That's the part of the date night, the Goodwill date night, that I don't like that idea. I'd rather just go to the Goodwill, try to pick out cool fucking outfits for each other, and then wear those on a future date night. Why a future date night? Because I definitely don't want to wear that donated, weird, dirty-ass shit that they probably didn't even wash at the Goodwill, the Salvation Army. They just sprayed it with a bunch of Febreze and then stuck it up on the rack. Not going to wear that shit. At least not that night. I do 90% of my clothing shopping at the Goodwill, the Salvation Army. And that's not because I'm dead-ass broke. It's just because that's where they have the most comfortable fucking T-shirts. I don't like wearing brand new T-shirts. You got to break them in. Even this shit. Like, this is a brand new jer-dog shirt. It's just been sitting in my closet for a couple years. I rarely wear it. I rarely wear my own goddamn shit. But, you know, so it feels new. It's all scratchy and itchy and shit. I like old stuff. I like finding legitimate retro shit to wear. So I do like shopping at the Goodwill. Goodwill date night is a great idea. Maybe I'll convince her to do that. You know? I got $10. That'll get us a new wardrobe at the Salvation Army. What else? Sex toys night. Thanks, Uncle Russ. I don't know whether coming from you, if I should actually do that and write it down and take it seriously as an idea or throw up in my mouth right now. Nikki said, no way, I can't pick her clothes. She doesn't want to dress slutty. What? See, that's another problem. Why are there a lot of lazy-ass dudes sitting around the couch just watching sports and then going to their job and bitching that their wife won't fuck them? Why is there a lot of that? Because there's not enough wives that roll around slutting it up. That's why I like holidays so much. Halloween, St. Patty's Day, Christmas. It's like all those holidays where you go out, now it's a chance for your woman to slut it up a little bit. Like if you notice, like all female costumes, women go two directions, like on Halloween. They either dress like the slutty pirate or the slutty baseball player, or they go the complete opposite direction and dress like a fucking M&M or some shit. You ladies, you got to slut it up for your husband every once in a while. You know, there's the old saying is true. We want a respectable mother in public, but we want a whore in the bedroom. I don't see what's wrong with that. I really don't. You can be both sides. Men can be both sides too. We can be respectable, upstanding pillars of society out and about. And when we get in the bedroom, fucking bring out the wild stallion, man. Put the handlebars on the headboard. Bust out the sex toys. I don't even know what those would be. My wife, when she's got a vibrator, doesn't use it. She says it's too intense. And like I do the bit in my act when I have to go clean it off because it's been gathering dust in the medicine cabinet for a fucking year. I go in to rinse it off in the bathtub or the bathroom sink to do her a favor. I wind up essentially jacking off an electronic dick with soap and water. It's about as gay as I get. Robo-homo. Harley Quinn is the new costume for women. Hell yeah, the slutty supervillain. That's who I'm talking about. I want to see the Harley Quinn versus Wonder Woman movie. I don't even know who I'll be able to cheer for in that. Speaking of movies, Rogue One is on Netflix now. Fucking A, whistle tweet. I'm so excited for that. I'm going to watch it probably a zillion times before they take it down. God damn it, I put on here that I was going to talk about breastfeeding and more ageism. Yeah, I was out and about on a date day with my wife, sort of a working date day. She is a lactation peer counselor, new mothers struggling with breastfeeding issues. She's a big time advocate for that cause. So she's out and about today soliciting for donations. There's the big World Breastfeeding event coming up. And she's going around to businesses just asking them if they are a breastfeeding friendly business. Are they compliant with all that shit? Do they allow women to sit down comfortably breastfeed their child when they're a customer at the business, things like that? Will they support it by putting a sticker in the window? Do they have anything to donate to the cause when they have a big event coming up? Anything that might be beneficial or helpful to new mothers, things along those lines. And most of the people, I would probably say, of course, you have to get with her on this to get the exact numbers, but most of the people are very, very, very enthusiastic and helpful and supportive of that cause. You know, new mothers breastfeeding their child is the most nutritious form of best fucking nutrition they can get. So why would you be opposed to that? You know, why would you be opposed to that? But every once in a while, she runs into someone's like, like, you know, like it's someone that just suggested using sex toys in their establishment. They're so repulsed and disgusted by it. One of them even gave her, one of the business owners even gave her the reason of saying, well, I support what you're doing and I'm up for it, but my customers wouldn't be customers for very much longer if they knew that my name was on a list associated with breastfeeding. It's like, what? What the fuck is that? Like, who, first of all, who's searching you to find out what list you're on? And if somebody is searching me to find out what list I'm on, can you please do the investigation to get Citibank and Discover to stop sending me fucking credit card offers in the mail? Can you get me off that fucking list, please? If there are people actually investigating who's on what list, I don't think there are. I really don't think there are. And this guy, his other reason was like, well, I have a lot of older customers. Like, older customers, so what? Like, senior citizens are against breastfeeding? So I put on there more ageism. There's this huge assumption about what senior citizens like, don't like, what they'll sponsor, what they'll support, what they won't get into, what they'll be against. It's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Today's senior citizens were yesterday's hippies. Something tells me most of them probably actually do support breastfeeding. Maybe not. It's just a fucking guess on my part. But can you imagine that, like in tribal days before formula was even invented, if people are rolling around going, oh no, I'm actually against that. I'm against breastfeeding. None of us would fucking be here. We all would have starved when we were cavemen or cave babies. You know what I mean? It's like a new thing. Like, because formula was invented 100 years ago, suddenly people like have this position for or against breastfeeding. It's like it used to not even be a cause. It used to just be the norm. So fucking weird to me. It's the same shit that I get at comedy clubs, or especially if I go to a casino. They go, oh, there's a lot of older people here tonight. You might want to tone it down a little bit. Why? They know they're going to a comedy show. They paid a fucking ticket. It says right on the poster, haters beware, rated R, explicit content. Like, just because you reach a certain age, suddenly you can't hear the F word, suddenly you can't support or laugh about certain types of subject matter or topics. Yeah, I get it if it's not funny, but if it's funny, it's just fucking funny. End of story, end of flowchart. It doesn't matter how fucking old you are. I can't stand that shit when I roll into a club and they go, oh, there's older people here tonight. You better not say this. You better do that. Fuck them. And even if they are offended, they should probably fucking be offended. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what demographic you fit into. I don't care what your lifestyle is. I'm going to do the fucking act that I do. I'm not going to look out into the audience and go, oh, they're older. They're this color. They're this race. They're this demographic. They're this gender. I'm in this type of place. I better change it up. Fuck it, I'm going to be jer-dog every goddamn time. Now, that said, if I'm going into certain types of material that the audience isn't getting into for whatever reason, I'll switch directions. That's why one of the things I do when I first start out my shows is I yak it up for about 5 minutes on a variety of topics, see what they respond to the most, and then start to gear my set in that direction. That works out pretty good. I'll go that, but I'm not going to just fucking make a wild assumption based on what the audience looks like on how to do my set list. I'm not a fucking racist. I'm not an ageist. I'm not a homophobe. I'm not a whatever other fucking category you can put me in. I know it's a cliche line. I'm an equal opportunity offender. That said, let's get into the Lou Deck challenge. I've been yakking it up for 16 minutes. I haven't even got into the question. 2 words, finger on clitoris. Yeah, dude. I got that covered, man. Thanks, Uncle Russ. Karen is awesome. Good for her. Yeah, big event at my house, breastfeeding. Yeah, thank you, guys. I'm glad y'all are supportive of the breastfeeding movement. It really is the best nutrition for babies. They say it prevents cancer, it prevents all kinds of health issues later on, and they say it makes you smarter. I drank it, didn't fucking work, but whatever. The Lou Deck challenge. Lou Deck, old school comedian. This dude's been around probably since the late 70s, early 80s, I think. If I'm getting this wrong, correct me. But this guy, he was a big-time dude out at the Comedy Store in L.A. I don't know what his involvement is still out there, but he's still very much heavily involved in the industry. And this guy checks out the 420 Report on the regular, always chiming in with a really good comedy question. You know, so he hit me up earlier. What obligations do comics have when they go on stage? I don't know. Let me put it out to you guys. What do y'all think obligations comics have when they go on stage? What do y'all think they're responsible for and do? I've got my opinion. Comment if you've got yours. Number one, obviously, make the fucking people laugh. If you advertise it's going to be comedy, you got to get up there and actually do comedy, actually fucking imagine that. You need to get on stage and actually fucking make people laugh. I mean, what the hell? I think a lot of these guys get on that stage and it's not stand-up comedy. It's stand-up talkity talk. That's, save that shit for a Facebook live broadcast. When you're doing a live performance where people paid ticket money and bought a babysitter and they're taking their wife out on date night, you do kind of have an obligation to give them a good fucking time. I hear a lot of comedians talk about how they didn't get laughs. I didn't get anything from the crowd tonight. They weren't supposed to give you any. You weren't supposed to get anything from the crowd. You're there to give them something. They already gave you ticket money. They already gave you their time and attention. Now it's your turn to give. It's not the other way around. The audience doesn't come and give you fucking money, buy drinks, give you their attention, and then they're also obligated to give you fucking laughs. The comedian is obligated. So to answer Lou Deck's question, the comedian is obligated to give the audience a good fucking time. At least be interesting. I see a lot of guys get up there and they want to do their social commentary. I got to get out my political message. Well, that's fine if it's fucking funny. I don't necessarily think you have that obligation as a comedian to be funny 24 hours a day like a lot of people do. If I'm checking into a hotel room, sometimes they're like, oh, you're the comedian from the club? I'm not checking you in until you tell me a joke. Fuck off, man. I've been driving 9 hours. Give me my goddamn room. I need a nap before I have to go actually do my job, before I have to go live up to my obligations as a professional performer delivering fucking laughs. It takes energy after I've been sitting in a fucking car for 9 hours. I'm tired. I'm not telling you a goddamn joke. Give me the money. Give me the money. I should say that. Give me the money. Give me the fucking room key. I don't actually do that, but it's what I think. I feel like I'm losing you guys. Anyway, obligations comedians have. I think number one, obviously be entertaining, be funny. Number two, fucking make sure that people are buying drinks and buying food. That's probably why the venue has you into there to begin with. A lot of the venues that book me, they break even on the ticket money, but they make their profit on the fucking food and drink sales. Comedians forget that too much. We forget that we're not in the show business. We're in the food and beverage business. You're in the business to fucking sell shit. You're in the, bars actually are flip-flop. Bars forget that they're not actually in the food and beverage business. They're in the entertainment business. If a bar wants to really separate themselves from the competition, focus on delivering unique entertainment experiences that people can't get anywhere else. Anybody can go into any gas station, grocery store, liquor store, restaurant, and pretty much buy the exact same food and liquor and whatever else. You can pretty much buy the same shit everywhere, except maybe these local breweries are like you can only go there to get whatever it is they're brewing. But for the most part, all bars are serving the same shit. For the most part. So if you want to separate yourself as a bar, you put the emphasis on unique entertainment experiences, and that brings people in, that attracts more customers, that spreads word of mouth, that gets repeat business. Conversely, as performers, as entertainers, as comedians, I think you want to set yourself apart. Be a fucking promoter. Be a salesman. Make sure that the venue that you're performing at, that's having you in there, that you are doing what you can to get drinks and food sold. If nothing else, just by talking about it a little bit. If nothing else, just by making mention of their specials. If nothing else, just by telling the crowd to tip the fucking waitstaff. Thanks, Jessica. Anyway, anybody else got anything for me on a Wild Card Wednesday hump day happy hour? I'm just sitting here drinking on my porch on a sweltering hot fucking day, yakking it up. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir half the time. Hit the share button, hit the like button. Let people know. I'll be back tomorrow at 4:20 p.m. It's Throwback Thursday. I found some old report cards from when I was a kid. I found some other funny shit that I thought I'd share with you. I enjoy coming out here and doing this every day, talking with my people on Facebook. Who else is out there right now? Anybody? 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 If you're in the Central Iowa this weekend, please come see me in Barnum. I will be at the Junkyard Bar and Grill, 9 p.m. show. If you are in the Illinois and or Missouri area, come out to Quincy. I'll be performing at Martini's to play inside the Olive Room. 2 shows, 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock. I'll put all the show information in the comments below. Thank you guys very much for coming on another 420 Report. Live Facebook broadcast. I have a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys had fun. Hit the share button, hit the follow button, hit the like button, hit the laugh button. That's like the applause. Thank you. Good night. Let me hear you, baby. Hit some hearts or some smiles. Something. All right, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:20, as close as possible. Bye.